Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Happy Getty Crypto here. So it's a really interesting month, and if you, well, I don't know why I say that. If you follow our content, you're here, you follow the content, you subscribe. I mean, get used to it, Jay. This is what people do. So we've always spoken about, haven't we, being in a burn up trend and why it's so important for us to be in a burn up trend all the time and not just rely on, I mean, the way SHIB burn tracks is really annoying because there could be so much more utilized with that website, yet they don't even bother doing it for the millions upon millions of people that have invested in the Shiba Inu coin. So going over to the LUNCPenguin's website, as you can see, we can utilize this pretty well here because we can see that the total supply and circulating supplies do go down in due course. And a lot of people will sit there and say, well, Jay, why does it take a little bit longer to update sometimes? And this is just down to epochs and things like that. I've seen burns go through instantly on the total supply before, but some of them, I think sometimes they just actually land on the correct time and things like that. But ultimately, we are going down, okay? There's a lot of people coming out with the whole minting thing again, and someone posted on my YouTube video today about, oh my god, now they're minting rewards coins, now it's all over. And people need to understand that there's rewards pools, okay? And these reward pools, so all of the fees and things like that, okay, go to like the reward pools. And we're going to be doing a big breakdown, okay? I'm going to be having someone special on for you folks to break down exactly what generates rewards, how they're generated, why they're generated, and where they get generated, and everything you would need to know, even about the weather if you need to know it on that subject. But you will find that out. So let's now jump over to our good old tool, which is BitQuery. Now, I use BitQuery to do these kind of things because it's a well-oiled machine, in my opinion. Why create another version of something if it already works? And this tool's really good. Now, if we set this to clear, we're at 2.51 billion, and we have seen a huge increase. And everybody knows this, that it's Lunatic's token that are doing these huge burns, and my hat is off to them pretty much because they're burning substantial amounts of money, and it's bringing traction to the LUNACLASSIC blockchain. People are like, why are they burning all these coins, you know, if they're burning all these coins? And there's just pros and cons to everything, and at the end of the day, they're doing so much good for the community. So going against people like this, you just put yourself up for crucifixion, in my opinion, by the communities, because why would you go against something the community likes and supports? And yeah, of course there's going to be naysayers that don't like it, but ultimately it is what it is. Now, going back to this month, as you can see, we're at 596 million already, and we're at the 13th of this month. Now, go back to last month, that's what we've got to beat, and it's a pretty, it seemed like a pretty high bar at the time. Now I'm not thinking so much it's going to be a pretty high bar because we're just getting substantial burns at the moment, and with the burn tax coming in, it's going to start getting, I mean, some of the things I'm seeing out there as to how much it could burn through is a substantial amount. But people have got to remember there's wallets out there like this that hold this much, so you got to remember this much of a supply, as long as it's in this wallet, will always be unburnable, so to speak, because we don't own it, we don't know who owns it, and it's not available to the public to buy, if that makes sense. So we would have to rely on this person to pretty much play ball, so to speak. So when we do start getting to that stage and we are burning through a lot of coins, this is when it's going to start coming down to questions more about this wallet, and people will likely be like, well, we need answers now. So we actually do need answers. And okay, so this wallet is actually really vital, regardless of it being users, Binance users and things like that. And no one knows. I've seen a video today, I've watched through it, and it's just a load of mumbo jumbo, and nobody knows who holds these coins, okay? Binance are the only people that can prove this, okay? I've been to an on-chain analytics people that Zadar recommended for me to do, because he was like, ultimately only Binance can actually answer the question, dude. So if an on-chain analytics firm that specializes in doing this sort of thing said we wouldn't be able to prove it because of just the way that Binance works, and it's all, we don't know. Nobody knows. If it's users 50-50 to the exchange, but things that we do know is that it moved 1 trillion coins during Genesis, and CXs themselves have to hold good amounts of coins. And I mean, there's so much evidence as we led up into this with just so many different things that have happened, and the whole not addressing this wallet. It's so easy for Binance to just come out and go, it's users' coins, like they did with the Bitcoin, but we still lack that transparency from their side, and they claim to be the ambassador or association of transparency, or leading transparency, but it's just not transparent. But I hope eventually we will get some answers on that. My main concern realistically with Binance is not that, and it's the 1.2% burn tax, but the way I feel now about all of this is there's nothing we can do, okay? The correct people are speaking to the correct people, and you folks know, if you've listened to the AMA recently with Vegas, you would know that he has made contact with Binance, and he couldn't say anything more than that, okay? But this isn't him making contact with technical support. It's his, you know how he does things. He's not a half measure kind of person. If he goes for something, he goes for something, and I have no doubt in my mind that Vegas will make what we need to happen. And we already know CZ said on chain first, and that in itself is a big statement, because it's all about wording. He didn't say no, he wouldn't do it. He didn't say yeah, he would do it. What he said was on chain first, and it's all wordplay for these kind of people. And this goes back to the proposal after proposal after proposal after proposal, and it's, people need to understand it's a governance thing, and I'm going to keep going over this and keep hashing over it until people actually grasp the concept of what a governance proposal is. And it's all down to the wording in these proposals, especially when it's a text proposal, because it has to be manually carried out. Now, 1.2% burn tax, this mechanism should be true until the total supply equals 10 billion LUNC. That's not going to work, okay? We can't have a fixed tax rate of 1.2% burn the whole way through this. It's going to need to go up, it's going to need to go down depending on what's going on. And as time moves on, as there's less coins out there, we're likely going to have to be paying higher prices for these coins. So yeah, it's all food for thought. A lot of people are asking me now as well, which I really like this, and a lot of people, I haven't actually seen many people that have said no to this, and this is with the community pool burn and who's going to reverse it. And anybody can put that proposal up, and I'm in talks now with my site creator, and we're pretty much going to do what we need to do, fill it out as much as we can, get it done on our own. We're going to give it to Vegas, get him to hash over it, and then it's going to get prepared for once we get the 1.2% burn tax in place, because then we're not removing a burn tax before we've got a burn tax in place. We can get the actual burn tax that's going to do damage, okay, in place, and then we can remove the community pool burns, because it was just kind of a sweetener, I think, on that proposal. And none of us, I myself at that time, didn't actually understand what the community pool was for. It's stupid to burn your own treasury, because people need to get paid, okay? Terra Rebels can't do this for free forever, and they can get paid from the community pool and other validators. I mean, anybody right now can go up and put, okay, a community pool spend proposal, okay, folks? It's as simple as that. You want to suggest something for the community pool? Get it voted through. They'll have to do it, okay? And as you can see, okay, it's not cheap to put a proposal up. It's actually, I think that works about 30 British pounds, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more. Yeah, I think it's a little bit more. Yeah, maybe around 32 British pounds. So yeah, you catch the drift, folks. So look, it's going really well on the burn front. As you can see, it looks like we're going to be in another burn uptrend this month. 596 million. We're at the 13th day of the month. We're not even halfway through yet. We're nearly there. So in my opinion, we should burn over 1 billion this month. And it should just get better, because next month is just a month closer to the 1.2% burn tax. And once we get to that point of staking, everything's going to seem so much easier for you folks, okay? You're going to be getting rewards. You're going to be happy you can stake, you can vote. You could do all these great things again, and everything's going to start just falling in place for you folks that ever so desperately needed this. Back when I first started, and we put out a tweet today, and I want to thank everybody out there in the LUNACLASSIC community. 16k followers, and we only started doing this on the 17th of May, and it's just absolutely insane. And I mean, I created the channel right on the 13th, but I was so scared to post because the Twitter account was born a little bit before, around a week, maybe a week and a half before. And I was so scared and so nervous to do a video that in my first video I don't actually talk. I just wiggle the mouse about and point at things, and yeah, and I mean, where we are now, this is huge for me, and it will always remain the same for me. Trust, truth, transparency. I'm here to help. There's no charges, there's no costs, okay? We don't charge people to show what they're doing. If they're helping the LUNC community, they're helping the LUNC community. They should be shown. So folks, it's really good. I donated my cacti that I purchased, if you remember, from my own personal wallet, and I've donated it back to Metagloria so they can auction it off. 50% will be sent to burn, and 25% will go to me, 25% will go to Metagloria's project, and my 25% I receive, I'm then going to burn. So it will be 75% that gets burned ultimately on that one, folks. So it's a win-win-win-win-win in my opinion. So do stay safe out there, folks. I don't normally keep the videos going this long, but there's just so much stuff going on, and I need to make sure that you folks know what's going on and everything's going well. And I mean, all nodes, out of all the people that could have upgraded, all nodes did it, setting a huge example for all the other validators out there. And I have no doubt within the next couple of days, this whole validators thing is going to be a total blip of the past, because they all would have agreed to the update. They'll all be running the update, and that means in the future they will just take the update straight away. They'll go through, they'll check it's not malicious and things like that, which they're inclined to do because they have to protect their own communities, and everything will just go smoothly from now on. Parameter change proposals will work, unlike when Mustafa was putting them in and they were failing, and they were just over and over again bashing their head against the wall, wasting so much LUNACLASSIC coins in the process and just stressing the system out, putting it into a panic mode, so to speak. But none of this happens anymore, okay? There's not been one hurdle that have stopped the movement, not one hurdle. And we're still in the beginning of this thing. It's got so, it's like a flower, okay, that just keeps on flowering, and it's not going to stop flowering as long as we nourish it, water it, support it, comfort it, sing to it, play music to it. You get the drift, right? So folks, have a really nice day, stay safe, drink lots of water. It's really hot here in the UK. It's 36 degrees in my flat. I'm currently sat just in shorts. Well, that's how I normally sit anyway, but that's how hot it is. So folks, we'll catch you in the next one, okay? If you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing. It really does help us gain more reach and get to more people, and show people that there's actual good influencers out there that are here for the community, not here to benefit or cash cow in on them, and all of these crazy things in between. So we'll catch you in the next one. It's not financial advice.